Hi, I'm Lauren Creekmore. I'm here with the D1 hockey team. This is Lindsay LeBlanc, Blair Bennett, Ryan Kerr, and the head coach, Jeff Bedker. He's going to analyze the game, and then we're going to go on for some questions.
I think, tonight's game, one of the things I said at the end of the game to the guys in the locker room was just that we felt, I think overall as a coaching staff, that as a team, we played better all around in all three zones. And so, there's times also that we felt that we needed to bear down around the net in order to score the goals that would have put us up a little bit beyond the reach of them returning and getting a 3-3 tie to go into overtime and then the shootout. But with that, I think that, building on what we did yesterday with 8 goals and then following up with a strong effort in all three zones, we definitely are happy with that. And then obviously to finish out an exciting evening with the penalty shots and winning that way was a lot of fun. So it was a good game.
Jeff, you guys seem to stay pretty composed after the third goal, tying it up in the last minute. What were you telling the guys, going in? Because you guys seem to dominate overtime pretty much.
Yeah, I think something we learned yesterday was after the first period, we just realized that, those guys are young and they're hungry on the other side of the puck. And so, a few things that were said in the locker room were excellent, and just that we needed to be relaxed, know that the game is a 60-minute game and not have to, push it all in one shift. Yeah, we want to win each shift and battle, but to stay composed and relaxed and not let them get under our skin. And so in the same sense, I think that kind of carried over to tonight. And even when they had to push back, we responded really well as a unit out there. And so instead of worrying about it and all that and maybe getting all the jitters kind of in place and then reacting poorly, we instead took a step back, refocused and went after it in the overtime and had a few chances, and that's all you asked for in situations like that. So,
Blair, why don't you tell us about your game tonight? Obviously had a struggle with a pad there, which could get into any goaltender's head, but how did it feel from your perspective? It looked like you saw the puck pretty well.
Yeah, for the first game of the season, I thought it went pretty well. The guys were battling and they were communicating really well with me, and so that made my job a little bit easier. The pad issue, that's not something you have to deal with every day, and I hope I never have to deal with it again. It's never fun to go to a shootout, but I felt the guys really did keep their composure, and that's all you can really do is just relax and play it out. And we scored 3 in the shootout and won, so I'm happy about that.
Talk about what's going through your head as you guys started in the shootout. I know we were talking about team composure. Tell us about what was on your mind when you were entering the shootout too.
Just praying for the best. Just focusing on each shot one at a time. Basically in a shootout it can go either way, and so you just got to do your best to make the save.
Lindsay, putting a bit more of an offensive role this year than last year. Kind of your thoughts on that? Things seem to go pretty well for you tonight as well.
Yeah, I'm happy with my role that they've given me. I'm just trying to go out there every shift and work my hardest, and the puck's going in the net for me, so I'll take it so far this year.
Talk about you battling down and low. I know that's been your role, being the guy mostly in front of the net, and you're able to get a lot of your scoring chances from that way. Talk about how your team's been setting you up for success that way.
Yeah, it's good. Like my line, Riley Egan and Bram Erickson, we just work the puck down low pretty good, and I like battling. It's fun, it's hard work, and I'm just very fortunate that the puck's on my stick and I'm able to put it in, so it's going good.
Ryan, seems like you've taken your game pretty much to a new level this year. Maybe last year you can say it's a bit inconsistent, but pretty a high level play consistently this year. What do you attribute that to?
Just being a year older. I'm coming in last year as an 18-year-old was a little bit scary. Coming and playing in front of the crowd and going from midget to this level of hockey was a little bit intimidating. Just during the summer, I took my training regimen a lot more seriously, and I got in the gym a lot more and got a lot stronger. So with the ability to push off guys more, it just allows me to be a little bit more consistent and not be just a little bit slow out there. I got that extra step, so it's always nice.
Seems like you do a pretty good job of opening up time and space for Turner as well. Looks like you guys are feeding off each other pretty nice.
Yeah, it's always fun playing with Rick. When you play with a guy like that, you just got to give him the puck, and he's going to put it in the net. So we got to play with each other a little bit last year, and from that, it was pretty easy to adjust this year. Getting him time and space is exactly what you have to do. It's nothing too fancy. Just get the puck on his stick and go hard to the net, and good things are going to happen.
Talk about how you've been, I know we touched on this earlier, you've been distributing the puck well, kind of been that guy that's more, instead of scoring, you've been setting everyone up as you have 7 assists in 4 games. So talk about your role in that.
I love it, to be honest with you. It's what our team motto is, like, do everything you can for the glory of God to benefit your team. It's not about the individual. It's not about just me. It's not about putting the puck in the net. It's about getting the puck on Rick's stick, which right now is my role. Just get the puck on the right stick, and the puck's going in right now. So it's been great. It's not about individuals on this team, and I think like everyone's really understanding that. Like guys like Lindsay putting the puck in the net right now, Egan and all these guys, they're not getting too full of themselves, and they're just realizing it's for the glory of God and nothing else.
Jeff, power play. I don't score tonight. I don't know. Do you know? I don't remember.
I'm not too sure, actually, if the power play scored. Do you guys remember?
I don't think you did.
We didn't.
Nice
No.
puck movement, though. Tell us about that. Looks like it hasn't been quite as maybe potent as last year, but it seemed like you guys are wheeling around pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, it's still early, and I think that we are it's something that we're working on. And, you know, the whole goal of most teams, and it's one of ours, is to be above 20%, if at all possible, on the power play, and over 80% on the penalty kill. And so, I mean, we're 2 weeks of real practice in and a couple of games, and it's about refining. We scored several yesterday on the power play, and you know, it's just learning to adjust off of some of the pressure that maybe they give, going low, taking the puck low, and maybe driving it to the net, so that you can, you know, push them closer to the net so we can get it up to the top and use the middle a little bit more. But I like what the guys are doing, and so it's just really a matter of continuing that trend and getting better. So.
Talk about your decision during the shootout. You went with Danny Logan first. I think a lot of people were very surprised with that. What were you guys thinking, and why you were so confident that you'd be able to set the tone in the shootout? Well,
Over the last week, we realized, or maybe 2 weeks, that Danny's kind of our ace in the back pocket for shootouts. So he surprises us actually in practices and Juice Boy and all the fun stuff that we get to do at the end. With his hands and his moves, and so, you know, he regularly showed up in those times, and so we thought we'd give him a little shot at it tonight, and he didn't disappoint us, so that's for sure. So it set the tone, and it was a lot of fun to see each guy, you know, finish like that. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Lindsay, why don't you walk us through your shootout goal real quick? You had a nice one there, taking it to the backhand.
Yeah, you know, even before the overtime was done, I knew if I was getting called, I was going to fake the shot to the backhand. That's something, you know, you got to be confident in your move, and, you know, I just picked it up, and I knew what I was doing, and fortunate that it went in. So.
How do you guys feel about their goaltender tonight? He played a lot better tonight than he did last night, and it seemed to be, you know, really, if it wasn't for him at some points, it wouldn't have gone to overtime.
Yeah, he played well. I don't know how many shots we had, but, you know, the majority of the pressure was in their end, and he's a good goalie, so we got to give him all the credit in the world.
Blair, this question's for you. Because I know we were talking in the booth earlier how pretty much two biggest stars of the night were between the battle, between the nets, between you and the goaltender. What was the consistent thought, even though this was your first game, that you were thinking, especially before you tune up and head into ACHA play?
Just working hard every week to get better. I may not have played last weekend or last night, but just being ready to go when I'm called upon, no matter what, and just getting my feet moving tonight right away, relaxing in net, keeping that composure, and just working with the guys so that we could win.
Ryan, you said you had a pretty hard off season. Did you set any goals, like personal goals coming into this one, like a point goal for yourself, or just work hard every shift? What was kind of your mindset?
For the summer, I just wanted to get a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. But for going in this year, it was just work as hard as you can every single shift. And if you do that, all the little stuff happens. Like good things happen to people who work hard. Obviously, it's nice to get on the point sheet once in a while, but it's for me, I wanted to stay a little more disciplined this year. To be honest with you, I wanted to keep that mentality of battling as hard as I can. But last year I felt I stepped over the edge a little bit, and I have to just maintain that a little bit more. And so far I only got one penalty, so that's pretty good. But it's been fun. Hopefully it keeps the points going, but it's just whatever I have to do for the team to win.
Last question. Talk about you guys have a tough opponent in Mercyhurst coming in here next week, and they were at Nationals with you guys too. So talk about what your thoughts on and that opponent and the games this upcoming weekend.
Oh, I'm really excited, to be honest with you. It'll be nice to get an older team in here, so it'll be no excuses. The mentality coming in this week, and as you said, they're national. They went to Nationals last year, so if we want to win Nationals, we got to beat them. So coming into practice this week, we know we have to give it our all. We have to come to practice every day and just get ready for them, because next weekend it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have to go out there, battle as hard as we can, just like we did some points of tonight. We have to bring, instead of like 20 minutes here and like 5 minutes off, we have to bring a full 60 minutes.
Thanks for joining us. Make sure you tune in at 7 o'clock next Friday against Mercyhurst. My name is Lauren Creekmore. Thank you.